Sanatorium Eglės Sanatoria opened its doors and welcomed its first visitors on June 5, 1972. Booklet of a scientific publishing house reviewing the first 5 years in the medical spa stated the following. Far from the center of Druskininkai, in an old coniferous forest, lies the Medical SPA Eglės Sanatoria. Wherever you glance, there's beautiful nature and air filled with aroma of pine or seen in any season. The silence ringing in the ears. This is a priceless luxury for a present-day person, living among the noise of machinery. And when you think about the perfect conditions, the amenities, the care and utmost attention by the medical staff given to the visitor, you realize the stay in the medical spa feels like a dream come true. The owners of Medical SPA Eglės Sanatoria are state workers in agriculture. And truly, in 1968, the builders arrived at a construction site in the outskirts of Druskininkai. This construction was the first one to be developed by the decision of the managers of the Lithuanian Association of State Agriculture Worker Resorts, under the Ministry of Agriculture, recently founded in Vilnius. But first things first, Druskininkai was known as a health resort. Back then, farmers were granted very little leisures, and medical spa treatment vouchers and medical spa treatment at the time, even though it was offered in Palanga as well, was developed best in Druskininkai. Here you could find healing mats, mineral baths, swimming pools, etc. Medical spa in Druskininkai started with 2 dormitory-like buildings along the forest and a canteen. At first, the Druskininkai authorities had instructed to build Medical SPA Eglės Sanatoria near River Numinus, crossing the bridge over Nemunas towards Lačidai. Near that bridge, on the side of Druskininkai, the right side, there's currently a residential area. In the first year, Medical SPA Eglės Sanatoria totaled 200 beds. Farmers from all of Lithuania, wishing to improve their health, arrived with their trade union vouchers. Those were issued only by the decision of a physician, though frequently only by the decision of the manager of a farm or a collective farm, to treat a dairy farmer or a tractor operator who had been dedicated to their work. You know, in the beginning, mud was applied to a dairy farmer or a tractor operator, and they would say, "You put it on the belly, what in the world? Do I now step into the bath? How will it help?" They didn't like it at first. I still remember several dairy farmers who said they were making fools of themselves here. We place them in the mud, place the mud on their belly, immerse in the bath. How will that mat or those baths be of help? That's nonsense.
Purvas nesąmonė.
But the recognition soon followed. People realized the place's value and became sure that after 24 days spent in the medical spa, and that's how long the stay had lasted, everyone's well-being would significantly improve. In 1975, Medical SPA Eglės Sanatoria still didn't have its own treatment centers. Only decayed buildings stood there.
Buvo laukai, bulvės, runkeliai, morkos.
There was fields, potatoes, carrots, beets. There were kitchen gardens where people grew vegetables. Among them, the newest 4th-story had been erected, the present-day second block of Medical SPA Eglės Sanatoria, the administration block and blocks A, B and C.
ABC. Pačioj sanatorijoje buvo fizioterapija,
The medical spa proper offered physiotherapy, electromud-intentional balneotherapy, circular balneotherapy. For mud treatments and baths, I used to go to the treatment centers in the town. There was a bus stop. It picked up some patients before noon, the others afternoon, and took them to Druskininkai for the treatments. We rented and bought those treatments.
Į Druskininkų miestą. Atlikt procedūrų. Mes nuomuodavom, žodžiu, pirkdavom tas procedūras.
Getting their own treatment center as soon as possible had been the main concern for everyone at the time, so there would be no need to go over to other medical spa. Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija at the time had only been attended by collective farmers and Soviet agriculture workers.
Mano ministras buvo.
Our then minister, Medardas Grigoljinas, was not a minister of health, but rather a minister of agriculture. The first head of the medical spa deemed minister to be the godfather of Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija. He had been seen there frequently. Treatment centers, mineral water baths and mud baths were open. Various types of massage done. The classical, underwater, especially physiotherapy, spine disorders, joint inflammation, all these were treated very effectively. The news about Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija spread by, and thus its popularity began to increase.
Skambučiai būdavo. Norai, kelialapius.
We received calls from people wishing to buy vouchers and come. We couldn't accommodate that many people, and our medical spa was one of the largest. There had been over 1,000 spots already. It turned out to be not enough, so we founded an outpatient department where 500 people arrived. We used to refer them to local residents.
Žmonių atvažiuodavo ir mes juos talpindavome pas gyventojus, aplinkinius gyventojus talpindavome.
Those 500 visitors would rent room from the residents of Druskininkai. The entire city was happy about it. The majority of visitors were from Lithuania, even though we had guests from all over the Soviet Union.
Tuo laiku, kada mes čia labai dirbome.
When we used to work here, we had plenty of money, but little reason. The income was extraordinary. We thought of projects, but we failing to implement them. There were no materials.
Negalėdom realizuoti, kodėl nebuvo medžiagų. Pinigų yra, bet nėra.
Money was there, but there was no construction materials, no other things. Despite that, treatment tech started development at Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija. Automated supply of modern treatment centers. Swimming pools started getting sanitized with electrolysis rather than liquid chlorine. It should be noted that at the time, tractor and combine operators frequently succumbed to hand-arm vibration syndrome. Dairy farmers had spine and joint disorders. Then head physician and the holics had set their minds on doing something that had not been done in any other medical spa.
Pas mus atvažiuodavo žmonės, mes juos ištirdavom.
People arrived here, we tested them, and they underwent treatments for 24 days. After a year, we checked their post-treatment condition from their clinical records. And we proved that 1 ruble, timely invested into a medical spa treatment, brought the 6-fold benefit. The person who had been treated at the medical spa was feeling very well and healthy for a year and a half. The person who had been treated at the medical spa was feeling very well and healthy for a year and a half.
Duodavo 6 rublių naudą. Kuria prasme, kad tas žmogus pasigydęs sanatorijoje, jis metus, 1,5 metų jausdavosi labai gerai sveikas.
That's how the professional at Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija were the first in the union to prove the financial viability of medical spa treatment. They convinced everyone with their conclusions, published many articles in the Soviet press at the time. The word about Lithuania, Druskininkai, Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija spread throughout the Soviet Union. During the management of Jonas Velskis, a large canteen was built and equipped. Right here is one more block. Summer leisure area built from wooden structures.
Žmonės čia atvažiuodavo, tai reikėdavo po procedūrų kažkokios tai pramogos.
People used to come here. They needed some entertainment after the treatments. We held concerts, dancing, meetings, special events. 1,000-seat summer hall was installed.
Šio vietų salė buvo įrengta.
Then it had been decided to build a clinic too at the Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija. The project was designed, the foundation laid, but the implementation fell short. Now at that foundation lies the comfort block. There were ideas to even build Medical SPA's own stadium. On the territory of the Medical SPA, aromatic herbs and medicinal plants were grown. Walking paths were installed. All of the previous managers acknowledged that Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija has always been about smart employees, capable of surprising people and doing amazing things. During the last decade of the Soviet Union, Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija was discovered by the people from Moscow, Belarus and even Poland. Emigre Israelites who were born in Lithuania fancied it here. Were there many of them?
Oi, pilna.
Plenty. And afterwards, we were the first in Lithuanian to enter the Polish market.
Rinka Lenkijoje.
The news about the treatment center spread in the most effective way, by word of mouth. The visitors themselves boasted about the benefits, about their health being back on track. Foreign press too pick up the stories about the Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria. Lina has been working at Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria since 1990. She tells that physiotherapy has been changing a lot. Physiotherapists, I believe, are the most important link in the medical spa chain. It's these people that put the health back on track, restore body function. Rehabilitation and physiotherapy are the most important things. Truth be told, physiotherapy we practice changed a lot. The methods changed, various new workouts were introduced. We tried to keep up with the times, but one thing remained constant: the outlook towards people. If a person arrives here, it's definitely not for the first time. Today we have a large network of loyal customers. Why do people go to medical spa? They go to the medical spa to receive our aid, to get their health back on track. That was our main purpose, to get the health running again. Arvydas Balčius, director for medical affairs of the spa, physician of physical medicine and rehabilitation, born and raised in Druskininkai, was 7 years old when Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria opened its doors and welcomed the first guests. He vividly remembers what the locals said about it at the time. Drawing from my childhood memories, it had always been said that Eglės sanatoria is the best medical spa. I think it all flows into that outlook. We haven't strayed too far. In fact, we provide the same spa, resort treatments including all the main natural therapeutic factors. It's unreal. The city itself is a resort. By itself, it entails a so-called climatherapy. The city itself is located in clean environment. The medical spa, due to its positioning and considering the adjacent forest, boasts even better, even cleaner surroundings. Plus the exploitation of natural therapeutic factors, mineral water boreholes, our own mud, the pit of healing mud.
Ir mineralinio vandens gręžiniai, ir savo purvo, gydomo purvo karjeras. Atėjus dirbti Eglės sanatorijoje 96 metais, buvo tokis didysis permainas.
When I started working at Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria in 1996, it coincided with the time of great reforms. Ministry of Social Security opted out of medical spas, so to say. They were overtaken by State Pension Fund. Licensing of the medical spa commenced by determining whether we can offer medical rehabilitation services. We stood at a midway point, when we were told that there will be no need for any bus, any mud. Just demolish it, close it all down. We will carry on only with medical rehabilitation, and it will be comprised of workouts. We stood by our principles and decided to not demolish anything. We'll take latest practices and use them to first and foremost prevent illnesses. If people were to fall ill, we treat them ASAP. And if we fail to treat them or get them back on track, make them regain their functions, then at least we'll maintain their current health level.
Jų pagydyti arba sugrąžinti, atstatyti jų funkcijų, tai nors palaikyti tas funkcijas tokiam lygiai, kokios jos yra.
According to an expert medic and loyal member of Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria family, the whole of Druskininkai rests in a unique place. It is built on a massive underwater dome reservoir of mineral water, and whenever you drill, you are said to stumble upon mineral water. Only that somewhere water mineralization shall be 2 grams, while somewhere else, like in the Eglė borehole, 40-46 grams of minerals per liter. The water of such quality offers many possibilities for application. Mud and mineral water baths teach human body to adapt to the challenges of life, help develop an ability to overcome many obstacles in life.
O esminis dalykas purvo.
The key thing about the mud is that it absorbs heat and very slowly releases it back. For us, it is a release of heat to a body. And what does the release mean? It means improved body circulation, and a good body circulation simply means a life free of illness. The key change in Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria in these 25 years happened with the arrival of Visos. When he arrived, it offered only a spa resort treatment, whereas now it offers a spa resort treatment and medical rehabilitation. Then the services offered started to be adapted to people with disabilities. That had not been the case in the past. Visos is the author of reflexology pass at Medical SPA. You may find reflexology pass elsewhere, but the one at the Medical SPA is a unique one. We wanted to do things differently, and so it applied not only to the stones themselves or their size, but to the color of the stones too.
Akmenukų dydis, bet buvo įvesta ir akmenukų spalva.
It's been known that every color has an energy which impacts the whole body through feet, through nerve plexuses located in human hips, and normalizes the activity of the body. Head receptionist Virginia, who is constantly accepting the new arrivals, reveals that in her younger years, she avoided sharing one truly breathtaking memory.
Kai pradėjau dirbti, tai važiuodavo klientai iš visos sąjungos.
When I started working, there had been clients from all over the Soviet Union, and many of them were Russian-speaking, and I can say we were taught Russian properly at school. When a client arrives, there would be a reception room where you had to be weighed, and your blood pressure had to be measured on arrival and before departure. And so I say, there's a room where you need to hang yourselves. He replies, are you serious? And I say, yes, serious, you all need to hang yourselves. Then he says, find them, if everyone needs to, then I'll try too. My colleagues laughed as the man had already gone to hang himself. What are you laughing about? I asked. They asked whether I'm aware of what I had just said to the man, to go and hang himself.
Pavėsit, o kolegė sako, kodėl jūs juokėtės? Sako, ar tu žinai, ką tu žmogui pasakėjai? Sako, tu jam sakėjai, nueik pasikark.
What types of people do usually arrive at the Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria? Describe, if that's the way to put it, a typical visitor of the Medical SPA.
Tokie gal du tipai, sakyčiau, skirčiau.
I discern two types. Short-term visitors from Lithuania and long-term visitors, usually Germans who reside here for a week or two. There are also Lithuanians who reside for 2 weeks and return every year. They say going on with life would be very hard without the spa, and the treatments at the Medical SPA are of great help to them.
Gyventi ir tiesiog jiems labai padeda visos sanatorijos procedūros.
Agota Razimanevičienė has been doing the most different jobs at Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria for all these years since 1984. Now she smiles and says how proud she is to spend 16 years in the mud. That's how Eglė folk call the mud bath treatments. One of the things we pride ourselves on. First, we ask to undress and prepare for the treatment. We fill the bath with mud, mix it to reach the required temperature, and then we ask to step in. We explain what the temperature should be, how long the person should be immersed, the treatments to follow suit, that they will go to shower, etc. Mud application goes in a similar fashion, but the process there is different. There, you wrap people in a film. The client walks out relatively happy and, you could say, rejuvenated, relaxed after the treatments. Their smiles, the gratitude for a spectacular experience. For us, it's like a gift from God, and their gratitude is very inspiring. I really love my work and can find my way with any client. I feel when they require help, to tie shoelaces or to put on their shoes or even to shower, stuff like that. And later, the visitor walks away happy and satisfied and expresses gratitude for our great hospitality at Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria.
Ir paskui, kada išeina klientas laimingas, patenkintas ir dėkoja, kad čia toks aptarnavimas jūsų Eglei puikus.
That's not only the case within mud baths. Visitors leave nice reviews of other departments too. They say that Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija is wonderful. Everything is nicely harmonized, fine-tuned to work like a Swiss clock, not at one of the expert Eglėčių. Physician Constantia reminded us that before the 90s, therapists used to practice here, but following the independence and reforms, rehabilitation was established.
Ir jau reikėjo mums persikvalifikuoti.
We had to reskill. There was a huge change, so the medical spa offered us something called irregular residency. For 2 weeks we were working in Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija, admitting patients. For the other 2, we trained at Sanatorijos clinics in Vilnius, undergoing practical training. This went on for 2 years. In 2001, we received new medical licenses of physical medicine and rehabilitation physicians. And so we renew our licenses every 5 years.
Taip kiekvienais, kas 5 metai mes tą licenciją pratęsime.
Many more changes followed after the 90s, just like in the rest of Lithuania.
Nors iš tiesų pradžia ta buvo labai sunki, kai
In
pradėjau
truth, it had been very hard at the beginning. When I started in 1985, the devices all had been of Russian origin. They operated with lead electrodes. They posed danger to health, and the harmfulness had been high back then. We've seen everything, even burns. One lady remembered about her necklace left somewhere and started poking around, moving things. The electrode slipped away, and as she lay back down and pressed on the electrode, we could see a little red blob.
Ir vėl jinai atsigula, prispaudžia ir jau žiūrėk, raudonas blynukas.
Now, Dante is working under her 5th director of the medical spa. Regarding her impressions of the visitors, she says that it feels like people flock here from all over the world.
Dabar kažkaip labai jie pasikeitė į gerą pusę visi.
The visitors show a better side of themselves these days. They don't get angry, they smile and return for more. We have a lot of diamond, silver, golden and many other visitors who come here more than once, even for the 10th or the 20th time. You see their name on a computer screen and know that it's not their first time. They are here for the 3rd time this year.
Jau atvažiavo 3. kartą.
Miss Wanda, an educator from Vilnius, arrived for the first treatment in 1993 and has been attending annually ever since.
93 jau pradėjau intensyviai gydytis.
In 1993, I began an intensive treatment and was given a choice. We either try physiotherapy or undergo a spinal surgery. And that's how I've been keeping it up for every year since 1993, free from medication and tablets, only thanks to treatments.
Visus metus be vaistelių, be tablečių, dėka tik tai gydymo procedūrų.
Wanda acknowledges that 6 months after the treatments, she felt her health worsen again and comforted herself with hope that in 6 months she will return to the medical spa again and will be able to alleviate the unrelenting pain. The same had been told to us by the mayor of Druskininkai, Ricardas Malinauskas, who is an ace of Lithuanian automotive sports and the champion of the Baltic car rally. Many years of extreme driving have strained his spine. Medical forecasts were alarming. A wheelchair was not put out of the question if the enthusiast of extreme sports would not act on his health concerns. The medical staff offered Wanda to undergo similar treatments on an outpatient basis if she would arrive and go home after the treatments. She refused the offer.
Tai yra vargas. Aš parvažiavus vėl turiu stot prie puodų.
That's drudgery. I return and must cook myself, do household chores, while you come here and everything's on a plate. The catering here is more than amazing. Truth be told, up to this day I only carry the beautiful memories of Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija within me. First and foremost, I regained my health at Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija. Secondly, I restored confidence in myself, that I am not yet a hopeless sufferer. And thirdly, it's emotionally uplifting. You begin to feel as a deserving person, that you still can do things, you are still capable. Not by a scalpel, but simply by the goodwill of good people, you manage to stand up and live with a brisk step.
Richardai,
Ricardos, now stay put and don't touch the doors, okay? Over 1,200,000 visitors were received at Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria before the day of 50th anniversary. Equal is the number of unique interactions with different people. A few words about the millions visitor. Those were the couple from Germany. The event was picked up by Lithuanian press in October of 2018. What an event that was! The peculiar situation with those same people can be told only in our inner circle and during celebrations. All this happened, I'd say, earlier. Nowadays, it rarely happens. But back when I started to work, there had been occasions when we guided aquatic group physiotherapy in a vertical bath in the pool area, where people enter naked, without wearing swimsuits. It had been that a woman approaches the table having forgotten something or having mistaken her treatment and proceeds to avidly explain that she's in the right place and that's her treatment. But we see that she's naked and tells that she needs to wear clothes. But she demands not to charge her and listen to what she has to say. Then we listen to her politely and tell her that she needs to dress up. Such things happen. As our long-standing staff says, the most arduous time had been in 1997, when Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria had nearly bankrupted. Buildings were locked. There had been few patients. The employees were afraid of getting fired. The medical spa ended up in the hands of State Property Authority and was on sale. Privatization was approved in 2002. New shareholders were strong. Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria entered a new and diverse stage of life. The manager, who had been working here before privatization, has recently revealed that the representatives of one notorious Kaunas group were very interested in privatizing Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria. But as he himself said, we shut down the sucks.
Mane tai 2 dienas vežiojo.
They drove me around for 2 days, told that I live well and my children will live well, just that I'd allow them to privatize the spa. But I said that the time will come, and we shall see. We didn't allow anything, and privatization didn't happen. We waited out for the moment when a fine person came and privatized.
Kada atėjo tai tvarkingas žmogus, privatizavo tai ir...
Atras had still been a teenager, but he used to work here during the summer break.
Registratūroje dirbau klientų užsakymų.
I worked at the reception, customer order service, reservation service, pick up the horn, took orders to better understand the operation.
Sanatorijos veiklą.
As of now, he's managing the Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria in Visos and Druskininkai. What was the picture when he came to manage here 7 years ago? Then it was a medical spa in operation for 43 years, beloved by its visitors and in possession of rich medical resources. Truly popular among foreigners, but there were places requiring improvement in respect of infrastructure, management and implementation of new technology.
Vadybos prasme, tiek naujų technologijų diegimo prasme.
Director points out that many projects were a success. Therefore, the team has set sights toward new plans and ambitions. I believe it to be the next step towards the future, an even greater increase in comfort for visitors. Well, maybe we'll expand the gallery where we're standing right now, so the visitors could move between the treatments without stepping outside in bad weather. We probably wish to improve, to update the buildings. We want to expand, not limiting ourselves to only Druskininkai and Visos. We want to expand somewhere else, as we see the demand for our services.
Matom, kad poreikis mūsų paslaugom yra.
Several years ago, many stereotypes as to what exactly is a medical spa prevailed. It was a running joke that people imagined that once you settle in, everything is ramshackle and you are chased around by a worker with a syringe to inject you with some dose of medicine. So many were surprised after arriving specifically at Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria and seeing the services for themselves. Then they say, wait, this is a 3- or a 4-star hotel and everyone behaves here adjust themselves to your needs and cater not only the health benefits, but the comfort too. So we broke the stereotypes, but I believe that the future asks for even more change, so that the medical spa would be shaped in the public consciousness as a daily routine and a necessity for well-being. The life of Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria is remarkable for one more aspect. It's the attention given to the artists and their work. The number of artworks collected here in 50 years equals that of a true gallery or a museum. Many creative evenings have taken place here. Right now, in my hands, I hold the book of honorary guests of Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria. Right here, in this book, have signed the guests who participated in literary evenings, organized exhibitions, and visited the medical spa. I'm glad to say that among the names of people who have visited and spent their time in Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria, you'll find Galina Daugavataitė, for example. This writer and director has presented us one of her books, the first book titled Perpetuum mobile. It was a great and warm meeting for every admirer of her talent, and the mood was perfect. Just for the people, I assume they received a great dose of vitamin C. In the same book, there are plenty of autographs by the renowned Lithuanian artists. Actors Donatas Banionis, Vaiva Manelytė, Doloreza Kazragytė. Poets Justinas Marcinkevičius, Sigitas Gėda, Marcelijus Martinaitis, Druskininkai born Cornelius Platelis. One of the centerpieces adorning the Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria is a sculpture titled Flight by the winner of Lithuanian National Prize, Gediminas Karalius. Flight symbolizes as though true flight, with the sculpture as if winged. Many visitors of Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria wondered about the authorship and meaning of the sculpture. It is as if incorporated into the environment. It is deeply meaningful and a timeless piece of sculpture by Gediminas Karalius. Flight is included in the Register of Cultural Property. Mineral water buvette at Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria is adorned with stained glass of exceptional beauty, crafted by Professor and the winner of State and Republic Prize, Kazius Morkūnas. Here we possess two artworks of his. Those artworks are perfectly featured in the environment of the medical spa. The visitor notices it, they are interested in the authorship, and then search for more artworks by those authors. They set the mood too. It's probably like that because these works awaken strong emotions. And who would not be fascinated by Flight at Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria, since it's featured perfectly within surroundings, or by seeing the works by Professor Morkūnas upon entering mineral water buvette, or getting familiar with the works featured even in the name of Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria. One of such would be a sculpture by Druskininkai born director of the city's museum, Gintaras Dumčius, titled Eglė and Žilvinas, and standing at the entrance to the treatment center. For many years, the International Artists Plein Air has been taking place each year at Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria. The artists, both from Lithuania and abroad, live, improve their health, and work in the Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria. At the end of the plein air, the works by the artists are displayed in the glass gallery. Head of personnel finds it the most joyful that during her 6 years at Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria, the employees have step by step become an actual community.
I
have recognized what it is, uniting all these people working at Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria, and I'm frequently asked, what are people working in the Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria like? So, the first thing that comes to mind is that these are the people who deeply care about human beings, who wish to help them. But to do that, you need to care for each other too. People come here, the generations grow, the visitors change. So it means we need to always be ready to surprise them with amazing decisions, as people arrive here to live devoid of worry. This prompts us to maintain our interest, to search new approaches and learn new things.
Kuo nors domėtis, ką nors atrasti, sužinoti ką nors naują.
Wilma states that it's not when you've fallen ill you need to come here. You should maintain good health and come here at least once a year to prevent illness. She learned just that from German regulars at Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija, who visit the medical spa every year. Head of business development, Edgar Bridis, started working here in 2003, straight after the privatization. He has said that then, along with the increasing level of comfort, the so-called entertainment visitors began to spring up. They still arrive on weekends.
Jeigu toliau koks bus klientas,
if the customer base remains, I deeply wish and hope for the return of those true medical spa guests who we love and know how to cater to. We know what we should give them.
Mes žinom, ką jiem turim duoti.
We asked Edgaras to describe a perfect foreign visitor that he's waiting for the most.
Tai vis dėlto užsienietis yra...
Such foreigner is our true resort goer, probably from Germany or Israel. It is a person, let's say, in their 60s, who understands the purpose of life. They've seen the world by large and understand the need to look after one's health.
Kad reikia rūpintis sveikata.
An ordinary woman from Zarosai who used to work as a post officer, who was accidentally directed here near the treatment center block, said that her first visit to Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija had been covered by State Patient Fund. Now she's here for the 5th time and covers the price on her own. Mud helps a lot with my health. I suffer from back and joint problems. I really like those treatments. I feel my skin condition improves straight away, and pain goes away. I was limping for 8 days before my arrival here. The leg pain was immense, so I came here on the 8th day. I woke up and the pain was gone. Gone. I asked myself, how come it's gone? Am I sleeping? Our young editor stayed at Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija after her internship in marketing studies and is very happy about it. It's been 5 years here with her. I'm proud of being an Eglisher. You can proudly go and say wherever you want that you're one of them. You participate in everything, talk about it, share all news about it, because it's important to you and it's a part of your daily life. That's the vibe of the medical spa. It's a huge organism. It's not just the treatment or the accommodation and treatment. It is a whole matter of caring for the visitor. Our purpose is to help people get their health back on track, to improve it for those who need it. Therefore, we find it very important that our visitors leave our facility happy and we put joint effort towards it. Head of Marketing and Communication Department expresses no doubt about Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija championing the title of the most modern one in 10 years. I firmly believe it will keep the medical spa treatment traditions, since it's the main thing which attracts people, that we have professionals working and it's not the usual spa, it's not a leisure business. Medical spa treatment is the point here, and it shall remain. It is what is needed. You just have to change people's attitudes toward medical spas, towards medical spa treatment, as medical spa treatment is required not when you've fallen ill or just feeling worse. It may be helpful at any time. With age, when you are no longer 20, health-related problems start to develop. And if you do not wish to fall apart, you just have to begin taking care of yourself. That's not a bad thing. People just need to acknowledge the need to always care for yourself. Head of the department is happy with what she sees when visiting the colleagues abroad. You can truly be proud of it. Before the pandemic, we had new experiences and brought back ideas from other countries of what could be done at home or what we have already done better. By the way, it's nice to realize upon visiting your foreign colleagues, indeed colleagues and not competitors, how much we have advanced and how many improvements we have implemented. How many things work a little better over here than elsewhere. Long-standing head of maintenance has been working in Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija since the spring of 1992. He astonished everyone with the memory of the dances, which were held in the medical spa every day, since the establishment of the Medical SPA Eglės sanatorija up until the virus hit. Every day, as people used to say, it was like an obligatory treatment tool for the many.
daugumai.
And where exactly were those dances, surrounded by legends, held? Currently, we are on the ground floor, so on the first floor of the building, which is now under maintenance. The walls, if they had mouses, could open up about the beginning of various love affairs that took place here. And if they could even take pictures, that would be a pleasure to see.
Toks pažįstamas kolega.
One colleague I know used to come here from Utena for dancing. He had difficulties walking around, so he came to dance with 2 sticks and returned home with none of the 2. He left them here and then requested to bring them back, so he could continue moving between treatments and thoughts.
Kad jis galėtų toliau judėti procedūras ir panašiai.
As of today, the living area of Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria totals 76,000 square meters. The territory of the medical spa spans over 21 hectares. Today, Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria is not only a wellness town in Druskininkai, but also a branch in another Lithuanian resort city of Birštonas.
Šiandien galiu pasakyti, kad tai yra didžiausia sanatorija.
Now I can tell that it's the largest medical spa in Birštonas, that its establishment brought other investors since upon seeing the medical spa and the buildings being so well equipped, their interest sparked instantly. Other investors began to build hotels, holiday dwellings without treatment centers, since there already were treatment centers to make use of. Therefore, their desire to invest in Birštonas arose. Up to that point there was significant stagnation, but the investment opened the seal gate and gave an impulse to further investment. Because the people who were looking where to invest used to bypass Birštonas. But here, in our case, they began to notice the resort, and so new hotels have appeared. Then new medical spas, other spa centers were built. I'd say that's a start, a huge start for investment. So on our anniversary, I'd like to wish all of Eglės to never suffer the lack of visitors, to be proud of your work at Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria. Be proud of the great and beautiful buildings and their presence in the most beautiful Lithuanian resorts of Birštonas and Druskininkai.
Yra būtent pačiuose gražiausiuose Lietuvos kurortuose – Birštone ir Druskininkuose.
Kalbant ir galvojant apie Eglę, tai ji man asocijuojasi.
Talking and thinking of Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria, I get associations with a middle-aged lady who's intelligent, respected and loved, beautiful and nurtured. It's a medical spa, an object, one of the largest in Druskininkai, which instills only the good emotions. Good emotions because of over 400 wonderful personnel working there, because of good administration, good attitude of the investors, who love not only the property, but the working and the resting people too. I'm happy that we possess the object, which is one of the top employers in the city, and I hope that the entire staff will stay inspired and will cherish their creation, this wonderful lady of theirs.
Savo tą kūrinį, savo tą nuostabią damą.
And for conclusion, here are the numbers which Eglės are truly proud of. Aside from what's already been said, Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria employs 700 people from both resorts, nearly 2,000 beds for visitors. Now, throughout both cities, we accommodate 1,200/1,300 daily residents. Why is it worth going to Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria? Because investment into one's health is always the most meaningful. That's exactly what postpones the onset of serious disease. But most importantly, it allows enjoying life again. The aim of Medical SPA Eglės sanatoria is for the visitors who keep returning over and over.
Čia mūsų pagrindas yra.
That's at our core, staying true to our philosophy when we tell our employees that the future of Medical SPA Eglės Sanatoria rests on visitors checking out today. We are not some sort of a roadside motel that survives from one-time passers-by. The returning visitors are a big part of our load, and it's them who attract a new share of visitors. Therefore, we put a great effort so the visitor will be satisfied upon checkout and not somewhere in the future. Employees of Eglė, I wish you to feel a sense of gratification whenever you do good to others.